buddy. You okay? Yeah. Made it through with just a couple of scraped knees back then. Back then? What do you say? We doing this? Have we? Never mind about that. Right now, you need to focus on yourself. Move something. Anything. Why not? Good. Easy does it. Slow. And steady. Yeah. Hey, who are you? Who are you?
I am your everything.
Hello in there.
Welcome to Chapter 8 of the recap and analysis video of the FF7 Remake in comparison to the original game. In Chapter 7, Avalanche aim to destroy the Mako reactor in Sector 5. They get trapped by Shinra and fight a difficult boss, the Airbuster. Cloud winds up falling right down into a church, which is how Chapter 8 begins. Right from the start, as you saw, there is some original content with the Whispers and some Sephiroth. After this, Aerith starts talking to Cloud to get him to regain his consciousness. As you can see between the original game in the bottom left corner and the remake, the encounter between these two characters, who are very important and main characters of the series, is pretty similar. Cloud crashing through the church and falling onto the bed of flowers was one of the most memorable sequences of the game in the original game, in accompaniment with the piano soundtrack theme that was played. The creators are wise to keep this intact, because this is when you really start to get some bond between these main characters. It's a very sentimental and calm scene, and it's much needed after all the chaos and fighting that occurred with Shinra, the Airbuster, and the blowing up of the reactors. The game really knows how to have highs and lows, and also just have pockets of intensity throughout the game.
Could be. Though, I really don't mind. Just having it is enough. It was a gift from my mother.
What we just saw here, I believe, are more key details that will be more relevant in Rebirth and beyond. Aerith is talking about her white materia. White materia has the ability to call holy. And in the original game, Aerith prays for holy, which eventually prevents Meteor from destroying the planet, and it lies at the bottom lake of the Forgotten City. Cloud is a brief hallucination here, and again, this is an event of the future and not the past. He recalls the white materia falling into the Forgotten City lake, which is a key story element that occurs in the original game. I feel that this is a key element that will be reshaping some of the story and why the remake is having different. As you can see between the original game in the bottom left corner and the remake, the encounter between these two characters, who are very important and main characters of the series, is pretty similar. Cloud crashing through the church and falling onto the bed of flowers was one of the most memorable sequences of the game in the original game, in accompaniment with the piano soundtrack theme that was played. The creators are wise to keep this intact, because this is when you really start to get some bond between these main characters. It's a very sentimental and calm scene, and it's much needed after all the chaos and fighting that occurred with Shinra, the Airbuster, and the blowing up of the reactors. The game really knows how to have highs and lows, and also just have pockets of intensity throughout the game. As you can see in both the original game and the remake, in this chapter we are introduced to the infamous Turk named Reno. He's one of the great side characters in the series. And in the original game, Aerith gets caught up and optionally has to fight off some of the soldiers. In the remake, this is changed and Cloud actually faces off Reno, which is a new concept. It's an enjoyable battle and a fun change that was added to give Reno a little bit more personality. In the original game, you don't actually fight Reno until the Pillar Assault, which occurs later in the remake.
Good old what's-his-face. Hallelujah. I hate doing cleanup, but I'm damn good at it!
Let's do this. Alright, it's over.
You've got it all wrong, man. I just wanted to...
Cloud! No!
Hey, sir! Are you hurt? I'm fine. Go get the girl. Sir!
The hell?
Weird. You're not attacking.
Hey! Open it up! Come on.
Over here!
As Cloud is about to finish off Reno, the Whispers intervene yet again to keep the tides of fate aligned. They start circling throughout the church as Cloud and Aerith try and escape from Shinra and Reno. Needless to say, this is all new content that was not in the original game. In both games, they eventually make it from the church back to Aerith's house. It is showed in the original game how short the sequence really was. In the remake, the path to getting to the house from the church is prolonged quite a bit, and even the sequence of just getting down from the church roof is pretty drawn out.
So, this is my mom, Elmira. And this is Cloud, my bodyguard.
Hi.
Take good care of her?
That's my job. Or was my job.
Yep, thanks. So, Cloud, you gonna head back to Sector 7?
Yeah.
Then I'll show you the way.
Then why'd you have me bring you here? What if the Turks show up again?
It'd suck, but I've dealt with them before. Honestly, I'm much more worried about you. What if you get lost, huh? You'd be too embarrassed to admit it, and so you'd just keep on going.
Quit acting like you know me.
Hey, Mom, I'm gonna go take Cloud over to Sector 7, okay?
Okay. But why not wait until tomorrow? If you head out now, it'll be dark when you get back. Better to rest up here and make the trip first thing in the morning.
After the encounter with Aerith's mom, Elmira, in the original game, the story is pretty much concluded as far as Chapter 8 is concerned in the remake. Chapter 8 is prolonged quite a bit from this point on. Here's a key sequence that kind of hints at the different timeline or path that the remake is on from a story perspective.
Cloud, I understand you must be busy, but I hope you haven't forgotten about my research. Oh, hello. Cloud has been assisting me with my research and development.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Count me in.
One moment while I run diagnostics. Huh. How very strange. You don't appear to be in my database.
And that's bad?
There must have been some sort of server error. Oh well, any friend of Cloud's is sure to be of great help.
Much later in the remake, in Chapter 17, Chatterley reveals that he is a cyborg that Hojo created to basically gather intel. So the fact that he does not have Aerith in his database, given Hojo's obsession with the Ancients, and the fact that the Turks are hunting her down, makes this a pretty suspicious little moment.
Cloud, I have the most amazing news! I believe I might know how to develop summoning materia, something heretofore thought impossible. Scientists say that this materia can only be found in nature, but I may just be able to prove otherwise. And so, Cloud, I turn to you. I would like to test this theory by way of my combat simulator.
Another difference that occurs in Chapter 8 is through Chadley you can fight Shiva and require her materia. In the original game you get Shiva from a girl in Jonan known as Priscilla for saving her life. So we'll just have to see how this plays out in Rebirth.
Outstanding! The Shiva summoning materia is complete. And now it's yours.
After Cloud and Aerith progress and help some kids from the slums, another new sequence that is notable occurs.
Don't worry, it'll be okay.
Wait!
Not him, but looks pretty damn similar.
There's the number, but why 2?
Who knows? Come to think.
The reunion. Nothing to
Cloud, get it together. Come on.
You don't know who Sephiroth is, do you?
Sephiroth, the war hero? I know he died in an accident 5 years ago. They said so on the news.
Maybe they did. But I've got a feeling he's still alive.
Oh, right. Come on, let's go. Then
This is the second member for the Geneva reunion that Cloud interacts with. This one has the number 2. If you recall, in Chapter 3, Cloud encountered number 49, who was named Marco. In similar events as that one, he confuses the member with Sephiroth briefly, and he has some premonitions about the Geneva reunion.
Hey, Cloud.
Hello, Aerith.
What do you want?
Haven't seen him before. He your new boy toy?
He's my bodyguard, if you must know.
Wait a minute. Those eyes. Is he the one who beat up Reno?
And what if I am?
Need to cross my T's, dot my I's, that's all.
Cloud, leave him be. Rude's not a bad person, really.
No, I'm not bad. But like it or not, I sometimes have to do bad things. Don't take it personal.
You Turks are all the same. All bark, no bite.
You're one to talk.
A large portion of Chapter 8 is dominated by side quests and minigames that are new to the remake and don't have much significance to the main story, and really are just extending out the game. Chapter 8 essentially concludes with this battle with Rude, another key member of the Turks. This fight is brand new as well, just like the Rena one was in the chapter opening. Rude is not someone that you fight solo in the original game, even though you do that with Reno. Eventually you're able to topple him, and finally head over to Aerith's house.
One more shot! Hey, you asked. Please, just leave us alone.
You know I can't do that.
Hey there, partner. I'm sure you're having the time of your life, but we're needed on standby for a job at something about Sector 7. So get your ass back here now.
Understood.
Got somewhere else to be?
Apparently so. Go home and stay there.
You know I can't do that.
After a long day, Cloud and Aerith settle back down at her house to spend the evening. A small flashback occurs as Cloud is sleeping.
I've never been so proud. The man you've become. Women must be hounding you day and night.
Not really.
You know, there's all kinds of temptations in the big city. I'd feel a lot better if I knew you'd found a good girl. One who'd make sure you didn't get into trouble.
I can take care of myself.
An older, more mature girl that could keep you on the straight and narrow and tell you when you're being a silly goose. That's the perfect type for you, I'd say.
This flashback is unique, and we don't have a notion of Cloud's mother in the original game until the team reaches Calm, and Cloud reminisces about his time in the past with Sephiroth and Nibelheim. That being said, this concludes the analysis and recap video of the lengthy Chapter 8. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video, and we will navigate to Chapter 9.